And a very good morning to you on this Friday morning. I hope you're all exceedingly well and looking forward to the weekend. London is overcast, just for a change. Hope it's sunny and happy where you are. So, let's get this on. The first one we've got is RFMD, which had as upward trending support line, all very fine. I like how the highs are getting higher. Probably a day or two late though. See obviously how it rallied quite aggressively off there yesterday. So probably a day late and a dollar short. Then we have DSX, Delta Sierra X-Ray. Again, same kind of story, upward trending support line, but the stock has already rallied off that support line there. EXR, Echo X-Ray Romeo. Again, nice upward trending support line. Hasn't really given us a perfect entry point there. Might want to watch it over the next day or two. See what it does, see what kind of entry point it would give us. But obviously a big up day yesterday as well. INTU. Some support around about the $57.50 mark. You're going to have to use this as your stop order, as your stop loss though, because that is part of the range. It's obviously on that support line. And with a gap down like that, I'm guessing it's going to affect your ratios. What we got down here, 50. Actually, maybe not. I mean, there's a pretty decent range on here. Pretty decent range on that stock. So, yeah, it's just a little bit unfortunate about that. Otherwise, that would be in a very, very interesting trade. And certainly some good ratios there. Then we have WMB, Whiskey Mike Bravo. Upward trending support line. Nice little indecision we're seeing here. Obviously it's sold off but held onto that support line. Closed higher. Closed up. It closed higher than obviously where it had been that day, but it still was a slightly down day. That traditionally would be a good entry point. Again, you're going to have to use your stop loss at 1% below here. Whether that's still going to work your ratios nicely is probably the big question there. Then we have Bell FB. And here we have support at around about the 1440 mark. 3 bounces there. Nice little entry point. You're probably going to have to find that is your stop loss there, but that's really a nice little entry point. The only way I could have asked for that to be better is if it was a slightly up day. So yeah. Entry point's good. Then you want to check ratios and everything else on there. Then we have IGB. Was that right? IGB? IGT. Upward trending support line, bounce, 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 bounce. Trends going up. Yep, no major issues with that. It's also crossing these two support lines, which a lot of the time, I mean, let's clear this zoom quickly. I mean, that was previous sort of resistance, but yeah, I mean, it's still an upward trending support line there on that support line. Then we have MRC, Mike Romeo Charlie. Upward trending support line. The stock has been higher. I know we discussed this on one of the calls. It's kind of hung around a little bit over the last couple of days, which is, I think, what we actually mentioned on the call, because obviously there's been a big sell-off and it's finding some consolidation around there. If you are to trade this, you have to be using a stop order. No two ways about it. Then we have TG, Tango Golf. Again, upward trending support line, some indecision, but it certainly looks like it's going in the right direction. Be aware, obviously, of the resistance around about $30.30 there. Then we have TG, then we have Panel. Again, this was one discussed on Monday. An upward trending support line here, also a horizontal support line. Kind of looks like it's selling off a little bit, but that might just be an opportunity to get in at a cheaper price. Yeah, you do also have a sort of a downward trending resistance line here, but not something that would overly concern me, because it would be coming up for the third bounce. So yeah. MYE, Mike Yankee Echo. Mike Yankee Echo. Resistance line at 1550, around about that area. It's been pretty constant on there. Put it a couple of about 4 days in there now as well. So obviously, if you're looking at this now, you're going to need to use a stop order to trade it if you wanted to trade it, if it makes sense to you. MYE, then we have IMGN. This one I had as mid-range. We've got a bounce there, happy with that. Still coming down next day or two possibly to actually sit on that support line. If I saw that, then potentially I'd have a look a little bit closer and see what my ratios were like. Then we have REDF. Support line, again, very small. We've got the 3 bounces at 270. Yeah, you know, small little things can make big moves on the stock, but both up and down. So yeah, it's probably a little bit smaller than what I would be happy to trade. GCA. Support line around about the 630. 631, possibly coming down for the next day or two. This will be the third bounce, so if it comes down to the third bounce, then obviously you're going to have to use a stop order to get into that trade. Then we have CVE. Downward trending stock, but again, I think the stock is already gone. It's already rolled out of there. CVE. Hey? Is that right? No, that can't be right. Okay. TPLM. Downward trending resistance line here. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Put in a pretty big day there, but again, the stock has done that kind of thing before. Doesn't give you the perfect entry point. Right from what we're seeing right now. It's a bit of a scatty stock. It does move quite aggressively as well. Also, Triangle Petroleum Corporation, so they may well be linked to obviously the price of petrol there. Then we have PLCM. Resistance line around about the 1150 mark. You're going to have to move that up a little bit there, and this down a little bit to get in all those bounces there on that resistance line. Again, it hasn't given us the greatest entry point. Maybe see what it does over the next day or two. Then we have Apple. Downward trending resistance line. Again, this is a big stock. I really want to encourage people to stay away from big stocks like this, because I promise you, if you get caught in something like this and it goes your way, that's great. If it goes against you, which inevitably these kind of things do, it's not so great. Then we have HTZ. Upward trending support line. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Yeah, again, you know, we're really looking, all these stocks are following the rules so perfectly, or very well, which is obviously a testament to what you guys are doing. But it's just really finding that right entry point, and maybe I'm just pushing you to be a little bit more selective on the entry points. Yeah, but that's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing, that. AEM. Then we have AEM. Downward trending resistance line. Again, I've got that mid-range, so it's broken through. Should it come back up there, then you may be looking at it for a short, but just to, yeah, I mean, it's a downward trending stock, but currently mid-range. So there you go, folks. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm off to Oslo, as I think I mentioned, for some new traders we've got in Norway. So looking forward to that. Speak to you all very soon. Cheers, folks. Bye-bye.